there's barely time to look around before you have to leave, and a mark upon the skin is not enough to make you bleed. If there's one thing that I'm keeping out of all the things I've found, it's that the best way to be heard sometimes is not to make a sound. And the things we want the most fetch not a penny nor a pound, and all it takes to find your feet is just to stand your ground.
You're tuned to VOX FM, and I'm speaking with Taasha from Australian band the Audreys, and they've just released their third album, Sometimes the Stars. G'day, Taasha.
Hello.
First up, the amazing album cover. Where was this shot, number one, and how did it all come about?
It's shot in an old Art Deco theatre in Melbourne called the Astor, which Melbourne people would know very well. And it was the idea of the photographer to have me floating. Sort of looks like I'm floating away into space.
You've got is it one of the band members lying down just to...
That's Tristan, yeah. He complained a lot about that.
I was thinking he would. But it's a striking cover.
The chairs are digging into his back.
Oh, is that what was happening?
Yeah.
It looks like a beautiful old theatre, and it also, like I said, it's just a striking cover that gets your attention straight away.
Oh, great. Thank you.
Your music, we could say roots, blues, country. Do we say it's a combination? Is it ever evolving? How do you describe it?
I'm really bad at describing it, I think, because I'm so close to it. So
Yeah.
I just kind of take on other people's descriptions that I think are good. You've got one, go for it.
I'll tell you what, the song that really stood out for me was Paradise City.
That's off our second record.
Yeah, just an amazing film clip, I must say, for anyone who hasn't seen it, but the song is awesome.
Thank you.
Where did the name The Audreys come from?
Well, you know, it was so long ago now, we're not even really sure. So we just make stuff up.
Hang on, isn't it only about 4 or 5 years ago you got together?
Yeah.
It's not that long ago. Come on, where'd it come from?
Oh, you're a pushy one. Well, look, I really like Audrey Hepburn, and we thought I had a nice old-fashioned ring because we're really into vinyl and old-fashioned clothes, and, you know, our aesthetic's very bespoke, I suppose. So we thought it was quite evocative of that.
It's interesting you say that, because for me, that name did evoke immediately the 40s and 50s, that sort of stylish...
Oh, good. Well, then it's working.
Yeah, it definitely is, even for someone like myself. Now, how did the band form? Because, as I said earlier, you have been together for roughly, 4 to 5 years?
We released our first record at the start of 2006. We've been playing together since about mid-2004. Tristan and I started the band, and then we've had a sort of revolving door of members since the start of the band, and it's really just back to the two of us now, although we do have a touring band. And Tristan and I met at university, and we started playing gigs together, doing covers, and then slowly started creeping some of our own songs into our set until we wanted to actually put a band together, and here we are.
You mentioned a revolving door of members. Is that because yourself and Tristan, you are the basic core of the group and the musical style?
That's right. We write all the tunes and do all the boring admin stuff that goes with being in a band.
Oh, you're so lucky. You get to do the admin as well?
I get to do the accounts and the...
Do you guys sometimes argue about, it might be time to do an arrangement for a song or write a song, and you go, no, I'm doing the admin today. It's in the diary.
Yeah, sometimes, definitely. Sometimes that definitely happens.
Yeah, I can see a bit of an arm wrestle going on there. You've toured apparently in the US, Canada, and also Europe, obviously besides Australia. How is the music of the Audreys received in different parts of the world? What have you noticed, especially with your live performances?
Well, Canada is very like Australia, I think. I think the audiences are similar. The US is weird because people are so effusive, you're never sure if they really mean it. Everything's awesome.
Yeah, we'll call you, believe me.
Yeah, but really we won't. And Europe's really nice, although we haven't really been back since our first visit. You kind of have to pick one territory to keep returning to because it's very expensive to tour a band overseas.
Do you guys play a lot of festivals as well, besides just the concerts?
The festivals in Australia?
Yeah, like your big day out and that sort of thing.
Sure, yeah, we've done heaps of festivals. Love festivals. Mostly because we actually get to see other acts as well.
Now, back to the new album. I want to talk about some of the contributors to the album. Tim Rogers, UMI,
Yep.
Paul Grabowski, Michael Barker, also from the John Butler Trio. Did you select these people, and if so, why? And was it for specific tracks that suited their style, or you felt that they could add to them?
Well, we had, because it was just Tristan and I, everyone else on the record is a guest, so we got to dig through our phones and see whose contact details we had and think, oh, maybe we should call so-and-so or so-and-so. These are all people we'd met over the years of touring, and it was a really enjoyable process because we got to listen to the track and go, I reckon this needs some crazy piano solo from Paul Grabowski, or maybe just needs some trombone, or, you know, we just got to kind of build the songs up from the ground, which was really fun.
So with all of that said, how would you describe the new album track by track? Would you say, oh, we've got a couple of blues songs on there, we've got a couple of country, there's a pop song in there as well, because of the input of these other artists?
I mean, there are songs still, so I don't know. I'm really bad with the describing music thing. I always think it's my job to make the music, it's someone else's job to describe it.
With the new album, were you travelling through India and even a little bit of LA at the time when you were writing and putting it together?
We went to LA last year to do some shows, and then we came back and wrote the record, and then I went backpacking through India for 5 weeks before we started in the studio. I really wanted to just kind of shake out the cobwebs and go and do something completely unrelated to music, so it's really refreshed.
Even though it was unrelated to music, do you think it impacted the music as well?
I'm not really sure. I don't think so. Possibly.
To